Welcome to the Entertainment Rants podcast, your number one source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola and his fellow ranters as they sound off on the latest movies, TV, and the world of entertainment. Now, here are your ranters for the hour, Marco, Mila, Larry, and Bruno.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants podcast. I am, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola, and we are brought to you by the Subculture Podcast Network. Check us out online at bio.link/Subculture Pod Network. All right, gang, let's go around the room and say hello to our ranters. Who do we have? We have Mila.
Yo.
And hello, Larry.
Hey.
And the man himself, hello, Bruno.
You know, they say God doesn't close one door without opening another. Please, God, open that door.
Yeah! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we today are talking about John Wick Lite, also known as Nobody.
John Wick Lite.
I feel like this was John Wick mashed up with Falling Down.
Exactly what Larry said about 20 minutes ago.
Thank you.
Offline, Larry said that, yep, you're exactly right. This is going to be a great episode, gang. And we're all kind of, this is again like John Wick, we're all kind of in the same boat about this, so this should be awesome. All right, so we are talking about Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk.
Yes.
From
fame show as...
Breaking Bad.
And?
My favorite show,
Mr. Show.
Better Call Saul, Mr. Show. He's got a history of different, reviews.
Those are the only two that I actually know him from.
Gotcha. Okay, all right.
So.
Does my mic sound weird to anybody? I sound like I'm in the distance here.
No,
Okay.
you sound normal.
Shut up, Mila. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that all depends on what normal
You
is.
sound like
Normal,
ass
good,
like
bad.
usual. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
I feel like I sound bad. I go, yeah.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
yeah.
Another day at the office, right, Mila? Thanks.
day.
Another day. Awesome. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go a little tail of the tape first. Again, Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk. What was the time on this one?
1 hour and 32 minutes, I think.
That was 36 or 38.
Oh, 36. Okay. I just looked real quick. I remember because I just watched it last night.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And I was actually kind of worried because I got in late. I had to work yesterday, so had a lot of outside
How dare
things.
you, sir.
I just fucking, yeah. So by the time I got home, regular daily chores, dinner, then I was like, oh wait, I got a couple episodes I got to watch in Arcane, which you all will hear next.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Wow.
Listen,
Next
it's all
week will be
right.
about Arcane.
And then so it's like, all right, it's 9 o'clock. I am absolutely exhausted right now, and I was like, "Let me see this."
How about a shoot 'em up?
Yeah.
Well, it just honestly, it was one of those.
Beat down, shoot 'em up, stab 'em up.
It was
Awesome.
literally like I was looking at the time, and I was like, "Oh wait, it's only an hour and a half." I was like, "All right, if I start it right now,
You can crank this out.
I could crank this out."
Yeah.
10:30, like I could actually watch it from bed, maybe.
Yeah.
Just and pass
And
out.
it was a crank out movie. Like it went by fast.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it didn't really feel like there
I
was
was
much
surprised
drag
it was
to
even 1.5. I felt like it just shot by.
Yeah, it
So,
did not feel like it
right?
dragged at all.
I watched it with ads. Because there's a couple ways to stream it, and you could rent or whatever,
Freevee.
buy. But I got off of Freeview, whatever that was, and it was like with Amazon ads, and I'm like, whatever. I don't want to pay for it. But the ads are like super
dedication,
quick.
Larry. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. There's already enough
I
shit
ripped it
movies
off
I've
the dark
rented.
web. It's not like anybody
Oh, there you
paid
go.
for it.
I've paid for enough
I rented it.
fucking shit movies that we've done on this, so I
Right?
deserve a free one. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
So when I watched it, I was like, oh,
Looking
it's
at you,
got ads.
Eraserhead.
Oh.
Just kidding. Yellow beard.
Yellow.
Yellowbeard was so disappointing.
So disappointing.
Still bad.
As an adult, shit.
Yeah.
But again, so with the 1 hour and 32 minutes and the ads, like the sporadic Amazon quick ads that they're sponsored through, it still felt really quick. It didn't feel like not too quick where I missed out. It was like it filled its time perfectly.
Like it didn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah,
at all.
it didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't rush through things. It was a good story told. It was literally point A to point B. This is how it's happening. This is what we do. This is how it gets done. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Fucking A right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Next movie.
Exactly right.
I just listen. Good choice, Mila.
Yeah,
I know.
That's
Yeah.
definitely going up to Mila.
Yeah, no,
This is
I was
Mila's
like-
choice.
I was looking through stuff I'd seen. I was like, oh my god, this is perfect.
Yeah, and I wanted to see this movie
I was
for a
thinking about
while.
rewatching it
Same.
lately, and I was like, oh my god, this would be a great one to
As soon as those guys walked onto the bus and he was like, okay, I was like, yes, Mila! This is going to be good.
No,
Because at first you're kind of like not digging him when he doesn't take the girl out. Right, when he's got to jump on her with the fucking thing.
No, because you saw him like look and see something, and then you're like, oh, he's doing some other math here that we're not aware of. Like, that was pretty.
I still wanted her clubber.
I thought he was just a pussy.
I'm with Bruno but the opposite is that I still wanted him to club her.
Oh, you definitely wanted
it.
him.
There's something going on here, but still, you're still in my family's face. You've hit my kid. Yeah. I got a little girl. You're still fucking going down.
He could have hit her arm. He didn't have to club her over the head.
Yeah, could have knocked the gun out of her hand.
So again, because up until that point, all we see is the mundane Monday, Tuesday. It's the same falling down shit.
That was a cool clip, right?
It was cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was well done.
Cut.
That was well done.
Seeing just how slow and monotonous his life was, but not in a boring way.
Right. It was well done. Well, it was quick cuts. Yeah, it was quick cuts. The only issue I had, we talked about this before offline, was like, you fucking keep missing the trash, dude. Take it out Sunday night. The fuck's wrong? The rest of the world puts their fucking trash out the night before. What the fuck you doing?
Anybody who's missed the trash in their life fucking knows that feeling. You're like, God damn it! Like I have a new trash service that I started like 6 months ago, whatever. Because like in my town, you have to pay for the trash. So I know it is what it is, but so these guys are like, yeah, we'll be by Thursday morning. I'm like, okay, cool. So the first couple weeks, I bring it out Thursday morning, like when I'm taking my kids to school, so like 7:30, and I come back at the end of the day, like the trash is still there, and I'm like, what? Like, what?
The fuck are all these guys getting there?
So I called them up, and I'm like, hey man, you missed the trash. He's like, no, we came by probably earlier than what you put it out. I was like, I put it out at 7:30 a.m. Like, that should cut it.
No,
and they were like, no, sometimes they come earlier. So sure enough, the next week, I put it out Wednesday night, and they rolled in to like 6 o'clock, 6 a.m.
That's awesome. I love that.
I was like, fuck, wow, holy shit. So now it's like, all right, Wednesday night.
You put your barrels back in at that
point. Yeah. When I put them back in, right. But like, I totally get it, because like the first few weeks, I was like, fuck, God. And like, like, shit, now the barrels are overflowing, or especially if you're like a party, like, and they're in the holidays, you miss something, you're like,
sure. In that instance, I 100% agree. He's lived it for a while. Yeah. This isn't a new service. I mean, spoiler, we know that he's been there long enough because he has his whole fucking place decked out with security and a fucking secret room down the basement.
Yeah, panic room.
Panic room.
911.
Especially designed. Oh my God, that was so cool.
Don't dial 911. Don't call 911. I was like, oh my.
He's gonna fuck him up.
So what we saw, like at the beginning of the movie, what we saw is like the monotonous day, the mundane that he had goes through every single day. So when he didn't club her with the club, literally, and I'm like, you're a pussy. I'm sorry.
I think that's what they were trying to show.
Right, and that's what they were. And then you hear. So what made me?
The sun is ragging on him.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the kid gets punched in the eyeball, so the kid's like,
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. So the next day,
he's like, "What the fuck, Dad? You had him. Yeah. You could have taken.
You had the drop. That's literally what he says. So it's like the next day when you hear him on the radio talking to his friend, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw it. And the gun was empty." And the moment I hear him say, I go, oh, that's
And then when he ID'd the gun exactly,
I was like,
oh, okay.
And then the third, so it was those two parts, and then the third part, I went, oh, this guy's badass.
Oh my God.
I was like, there's something hiding in this motherfucker. I couldn't wait.
The guy gets up, he's like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, thank you for your service.
And he leaves, and he walks in, you hear
like 30 seconds.
When he locked the door and shut the thing, I was like, oh my fucking
Something's
God.
about to go on. So that's what I was like,
he's like, I want no part of this.
This is going to get good.
Yeah.
And then right away, they all kind of like look at each other. So the guys in the tattoo, they're like, okay, here's all your answers.
We're so sorry. Because that old guy who you trusted, if he knew something, he's fucking scared, we all better be pissing our pants.
So that's kind of when, up until like those couple points, Mila, I was sus. I was like, what the fuck did she get us into this time?
And I'm like, you just have to trust it. It is so good.
So at that point, I was like, this is gonna get fucking froggy. Let's go.
The minute he locked that older guy locked himself behind the door, shit, I was like, "Whoa, let's do this!"
See, so but you guys have seen this already, though.
I've never seen it.
So this is your first time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was so excited. Because I was like, I've never heard of this movie ever, and Milo was like, let's watch Nobody, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, I had heard about it, but I honestly had no idea what it was about. I thought it was, when it first came out, I thought it was just another take of Falling Down. That's all I thought it was. I was like, like, so I think maybe that's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's going on right now. Like, everybody's remaking old fucking movies.
Yeah.
Like, whether they name it the same or not, it's literally the same shit. So when this first came out,
don't get Bruno started.
I know, right?
Why you gotta
IP, Bruno.
Why you gotta poke the bear?
So Marco's gonna come back with it. They're just gonna make money.
That's right.
I know, fuck.
And then the repeat.
I feel like we've done this already.
We've done this.
So,
I think I had this recording. I'll just play it. We all drink a cup of coffee.
Like 30 minutes.
So when the movie first came out, I legit thought it was just another remake of Falling Down, and I'm like, I've already seen it. I'm not into, like, I like this character. I like this actor rather, because the two things I've seen him, I was like, oh yeah, he could kind of hold it. I don't know about making a movie with him, but whatever. So I never did it until when you did that, and like I said, right up until like those few couple parts, I'm like, fucking Mila, what'd you do to me? And then all those things came together. I was like, fucking Mila, all right. What'd you do to me?
But I know how to pick him.
Yeah. And then on the bus, I was like, oh.
The bus scene.
Like, my John Wick nerves were tingling.
It was so
But
good.
Mila, talk about what you were talking to me about earlier. About, like, he's John Wick, but he's what?
He's older. That's the thing. Something I loved. What I first saw about this movie was I first saw the clip of the bus scene. Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy shit, I'm watching this movie. Like, so then I literally almost immediately, I watched the movie on my own. Like, 2021, I think, was when I watched it.
And that's when it came out.
I think, and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. Because something I love about it.
That was pre your John Wick exposure, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was pre John Wick. I also hadn't, funny enough, when I see, like, what's his name? Bob Odenkirk. I see him and I see nobody because I didn't really watch that much Breaking Bad. Yeah. I've never seen Better Call Saul. So this guy, I was like, I'd seen him a couple of times. But this is like, when I see him, I go, I'm like, that was from that movie. So I watched it for the first time in 2021. And I think the thing that I love so much about it is that he does things in such a like a much more realistic way than John Wick, Yeah. Like, when in the bus scene, the first thing that happens is he goes, I'm going to kick you guys' ass. And instantly,
but first he lets all the bullets out of the gun, and those guys were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right? That was first move. But then the first thing that happens,
he gets punched in the face.
Decked right
by
in the
the smallest guy.
Right?
Yeah. Out of all the small dude goes, fuck you, dang him.
Right.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Is this
and then
gonna
he's reeling in the back. And then the next move, he goes, all right, now that I've got my bearings back, because he's 50, he's been around the block,
Yeah, you sound like you're 40 feet away.
Okay, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to adjust when I'm too loud.
You're not too loud. Yeah,
I can turn it down when you're loud. I just can't get you closer to the mic so you sound like you're here.
All right.
Versus like way back here.
I just don't want to start.
Sounds like you're in a
I just don't want to start increasing in volume because I know what will happen.
No, that's okay. I can turn that down.
All right, cool. But something I really like. So then the next move, right? He's got his bearings back, like he's got his wits about him, and then he parries the guy's strike and then punches him. But like the whole fight is so like he's getting his ass handed to him.
It's real,
but he is whipping it back at them like two times. Like he's tired, he's getting hit, he's getting stabbed, and he's taking these hits. You're seeing him take these hits,
Yeah.
And that's the whole movie is you see him like going through it, but he still has it.
Yeah. There's
oh my God, it's so cool.
There's a whole when you're character developing and writing, building character. We're gonna go into this deep into with Arcane, but like the reason he felt real was because you saw him getting his ass kicked too, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't like I love John Wick. Right? I love John Wick, but like this is kind of a story. He's not a real character. Bob Odenkirk's character, I forget his name.
Hutch.
That's right.
Yeah.
Felt real because he got his ass kicked. He took a bunch of hits, knocked down.
Through the fucking bus window?
Yeah, through the window, right? But like, what was different about him that you knew he was going to kick ass was he just kept getting back up.
Yeah, he was like...
And he'd be like, all right, and he'd make an adjustment, and then he'd kick some more ass. And that felt like, okay, that's...
Fucking takes the pipe.
That feels like a real person.
Whacks the guy right in the throat with
the pipe. The pipe, yeah. He was like...
That pipe.
He gives a fucking tracheotomy.
Yeah.
And then that's... So my thing I really like about him is the balance. Like, he beats the fuck out of all of them. This dude that just tried to kill him, literally, he smashes him in the throat, and he looks down, and he knows that he's gonna die, like, suffocate, and he takes him out.
He saves him, yeah.
He saves him for the fucking police or whoever else. He's like, I don't want you to die in that way. There you go.
Yeah.
And he takes him out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So you see that balance, and that's one of the things that I like about it. And that's at that point, that's when I go, oh, he retired. He's a retired badass.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find his home life, and that's why he wants to stay under the radar.
I loved his explanation of that.
Yeah. So, and we'll get into that too. It's like when he goes over that part, I'm like, fuck me, man. Like, this is good. So, yeah, good. I don't know, and I can't say. I mean, it's a quick movie. It was beginning to end.
It got rated really high. Like, it was really popular. It went straight to streaming,
dude.
But on streaming, it was like really well received.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I had never heard of it.
I did. I had heard of it. I wanted to see it, but no, everything I had seen about it, it got really good reviews. People really liked this movie.
His father.
Oh,
I
know.
So good.
So when he goes to his father's, first of all, when he walks into the old folks home, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Doc Brown's his dad. That's pretty cool.
Doc Brown.
Right.
So, this is before he gets on the bus and does that, right? Yeah. So he goes there, he sees him, and he leaves, and he goes back. And he puts on the jacket, and he grabs his father's old FBI. You're like, oh, okay, so his pops was in the old FBI, and he grabs a gun and turns around and goes, back so soon? And he goes, just a few things I gotta take care of. He goes, well, I think you should go take care of them then. Yeah. So like his father knows. So I was like, so I was wondering what that dynamic was, and I'm like, all right, so you see the badge. I'm like, all right, so his father had to be into some shit, right? Because he's FBI, but he just saw what his kid did. So what the fuck is going on? So now the wheels start turning. But when the bad guy, when he calls his dad, he's like, hey, remember that thing I gotta take care of? Yeah. It escalated. So just
watch back.
It might have gone sideways.
Yeah, just be prepared. He's like, all right, cool. Hangs up the phone. I'm like, what the fuck? And then when the guys come and he fucking stops that guy, and he shoots him, and that whole
scene. And then when the orderly comes around, he's holding the guy.
He's like, never gets up from his recline.
He never gets up from his recline. He's like, oh man, turn that shit down. He's like, oh, sorry. Turns down the volume. I'm like, what the fuck?
It was well done that way, yeah.
So I was saying this to Mila too, like, and I know this didn't turn out to be this way, but in my head, the orderly was the guy that Odenkirk was talking to on the radio, because it was a black guy, same similar voice, and the way he came, like, that's gotta be. It didn't work out that way. And it's okay that it didn't. I just thought that would have been a cool little like twist.
Yeah,
if that was like he wasn't actually in on it. And he was he was like maybe set there to watch the dad type of thing.
Because the guy that Odenkirk was talking to on the radio was the RZA from Wu-Tang Clan. So for you people that don't know, I'm looking at all three of you. Wu-Tang Clan 36 Chambers is a phenomenal album. It literally is probably one of the best albums, hip hop albums that came out in its era. It's created by Wu-Tang Clan. It's got it's an ensemble of characters. Method Man's in it. The RZA, the Ghostface Killer, Oh Dirty Bastard. The RZA is the one he was in. Do
you pick your own name, or does somebody give it to you?
No, I think I think it all depends.
You're given a name.
I think you can't choose your own name. He's been in other things. He was when Blade, the TV show, was out. He was Blade.
Yeah.
What was it? The Man with the Golden Arms, I think it was called. Russell Crowe was in it. It was like a take on kung fu-esque spaghetti western movies. He was in that. Anyway, he's a huge producer. RZA's awesome. So to see him, I heard his voice. I was like, that sounds like the RZA. And then I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh, the RZA. So watching him be the sniper, that was pretty fucking dope.
That was cool.
So for all you people that are into the hip hop, you gotta watch it just for RZA. All right, go on.
No, that's all I had to say about that.
Did you guys see the cutscene at the end?
Yes, yeah.
Which one was it again? I can't.
Oh, she's going by the house.
The two of them in the van.
They're in the van.
We're in the van. Oh yeah, no, you missed it.
You missed it.
I missed
what is wrong? Have you not been watching Marvel movies for the last 15 years? What the fuck's wrong with you?
It was late, bro. I was ready for bed.
So at the end, it's the father and RZA basically driving in the fucking van along the coast, like they're going up north or whatever, right? And he's just like, and the RZA's just like, because I forget his name in the movie. He's just like, why did we fly? And the father's like, not with this fucking cargo. And you go back, just guns and fucking rifles everywhere you see.
Like the whole back is like filled with ammo and
you
guns.
You can't even like sit back there. There's so much shit back there. He's like, yeah, I get it. I guess not.
I missed that. All right. So
they're off to do some shit. Like Dad's out of the old age home.
So
he's back in action.
So that kind of solidifies that they left it definitely open-ended for a part.
Yeah.
Because I thought that just the part,
even the house part.
So that's what I'm saying. Just the house part. She was like, "Yeah, actually, it's a phone for you." And he's on the phone, and then he hangs up the phone. He hands her back. And he goes,
in a basement.
The wife is the one who says it, and that's what made me go,
"This shit's not going away."
So she knows it. She's in,
which is amazing.
Oh,
yeah. She obviously knew his history to a degree, whatever he could tell her. But then
I don't
she's like,
but here's the thing, though. I don't know if she knew his history.
Some of it, I think, because she had said, "Go." She was kind of like, "Go do what you got, and make sure you come back to us." Like I think she knew a little bit of his past.
She definitely had some sort of knowledge because, first of all,
she didn't freak out enough.
I'm so sick of that people being like, he was totally secret life. Nobody in his family at all had any
idea. I am so sick of that too.
Like when you're married, let's say you can hide that for a little while, but then if you had a fucking thing in your basement, your spouse is gonna know. I don't give a shit who the fuck you are.
Yeah. Well, why did you design the basement so specifically?
That's weird. What's this arming pad on the left-hand side?
Yeah, right.
So like I thought it was really cool that she knew sort of or had an idea. Maybe she didn't know to what extent.
Yeah. She didn't know what kind of shit he got into, but she knows his past.
She knew something.
Maybe she knew he was military or something like that.
She definitely knew he was
and she definitely like kept it quiet because remember when the kid was like, "Oh well, we have to do a report on like somebody badass or whatever," and she was like, "Oh, why don't you go talk to your uncle," which would have been her brother, right? Which I thought was fucking hilarious when he tried to be Billy Badass, and he was like, one shot to the side, and
then he helps him down. He's like,
breathe.
That was fucking Ironside sitting there.
It was so good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
So if she knew that, she definitely was playing it. So she's like, "Oh, why don't you ask your uncle?" And then he was like, "Oh, what about your grandfather? He saw some action too." Like there was nothing about the father. Like she didn't even play into it or nothing like that. So I thought that was played rather well, and I love that when he's talking to the bodies on the couch and he's going on.
Oh my god!
He looks, and then like some of them are still alive.
It's over, and you're like, "Oh my god, he's just talking to these dead bodies."
No, they were alive.
One of them was definitely blinking at him.
I think there was like one or two of them.
But then it passed.
Yeah. So so a couple of them were like
during the conversation.
Because he's talking and then he looks away and they expect it. He goes, "Great. Oh well," and then he puts on the record, and he knows exactly what's happening.
Yeah, well, he tells them that they're not gonna find you because the bone's burning.
Yeah, because the bone's gonna burn and whatever.
But
just the fact that he had a record player that was set up like that, like it was a specific record,
specifically burns.
The needle that makes it burn. So it was like that was like an actual. It was a setup, right? So I was like, this guy he's got a safe room. He's got a record player that will cause that when it's combined with this particular record, it's gonna set the fucking place on fire. But here's my thing about that part. He comes out of the burning house.
Yeah, everybody
sees him come out. That part really bothered me.
Yeah, me too. That was the one part in the whole thing I was like,
and then he smashes the dude's window. Like, where's the dude that owns that car? Like, he would have
never seen that guy being like, "What the fuck happened to my car?"
Right. Like, but he was
driving around for a while. Like nobody's like looking for that car.
He would have been the first one to come out.
You know,
it was night, but like everybody came out of their house.
It was dark.
Yeah,
it was dark.
And when he comes out of us, and not for nothing, but if I'm in a house and the house literally right next to me is on fire like that, ablaze, I'm getting the fuck out of my house. I'm not going to chill. So where were they? Oh, maybe he's on vacation.
Warm.
You might, I'll be honest, you might not notice. So there's a house 3 houses down from ours across the street that was on fire about 6-7 years ago. Like it went up. Not the whole thing, but like enough that like 4 fire engines came. We had at like 8:30 at night, we had no idea until the next morning. And it's not like, so for first, the fire engines came, lights were going, but no sirens, which I thought was a little bit odd. Like, why wouldn't the sirens go on? But then like, the lights were out of control, but we didn't even see them. We didn't even fucking notice because we were, in the back of our house, like in the living room, like just whatever. So like,
but this
I
is
can totally get it.
No, it's like a cul-de-sac. It's like being on a dead end.
Larry's saying those, like, it's literally the house next door.
It's not like,
but houses burning don't make huge burning noises. It's not like you just don't. It's not like that, you know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
I think
I've been close enough to fires and seen, like it's supposed to be getting hard. It's very hard for me to believe that the person that's next door doesn't come out, but maybe they were away. Yeah, I guess maybe I don't know.
Well, it's the only explanation because like even afterwards, you never see him be like a quick shot, like what the fuck happened to my car?
Yeah, it was my car.
And clearly, that was like his thing. He loved his car more than life itself.
Yeah, but let me ask you this:
because it goes 0 to 60.
If they had,
let me find the fuck out.
If they had him come out and be like, "What the fuck happened to my car?" That's kind of a comedic moment.
Yeah.
In a movie that wasn't so much about comedy.
It was not.
I really didn't. I wouldn't have needed that line.
It would have been weird.
I hear it every single time. They're like, "Where's my car?" I know you lost your car.
Yeah, you know it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think you can get by without it.
Yeah. It was just
totally
that one part.
necessary,
Okay, I mean that I could get away with, but again, like everybody watches him walk out of the house. No. And nobody
that was weird.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Not even hey, are you okay?
Hey,
Hutch, your house is on fire.
Hey, Hutch, where's the rest of your fucking family? He's walking out, he's got a bag on his back, like I'd be like, dude, what about the rest of your fit? Why the fuck? What the fuck?
What would you think if your neighbor ran out of his house and
steals somebody else's car?
Casual, and the house is on fire, and he steals somebody else. You'd be like, that guy just fucking did that.
He just did that. He killed his family. His family's all in there. He just killed his family. He killed his family.
Yeah.
That's literally what I'm going with.
100%.
That guy just killed his family, and fuck. There he goes. Call the police. Right fucking
Should we stop him? I'd be like, should we stop that guy right now?
Should we do something about this? Like,
let's call the police.
Call the police. Definitely call the police.
I'm sure it's fine.
Hutch, you good? All right, buddy.
If you were assaulted, they'd be like, that's just Hutch.
Jimmy, get the marshmallows. Get the marshmallows.
He burns his house every week.
Yeah, it's a regular thing.
I feel like they probably just called the police, but were like, I'm not gonna fuck with whatever that guy is doing right now.
Yeah, that guy's like,
what am I going to do? Get involved?
Hey, we leave him alone.
I'm going to intervene. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Me and my family are staying by my house, and I'll say, shit, dude.
There's some shit going on over there. I
disagree, because he proposed that he showed everybody he was very much a docile, calm.
Yeah.
Right? So nobody would be like, I'm not going to fuck with that guy. You'd be like, that's the wimp on the street. Maybe we should go.
Yeah, but those are the ones you always hear on the news. He was a quiet man, kept himself real. I can't believe he killed that family of 4 and ate the dog. That's the one you hear from the news.
Yeah, you're right.
You go like, you know what?
But that's the falling down part.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, when he goes and like he finds the people that robbed his house and he doesn't find the bracelet.
But like, what a great turn with like the baby.
Yes.
Right? Because like that felt. See, this wasn't amazing writing, but that was pretty good. Like, they showed you that these people, first of all, didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they walked into the house. No. And they smashed and grabbed and literally just really fucked the whole thing up. And then they were clearly doing it because they've got a baby and no way to make any money.
I couldn't tell. Did it have like a mask or something? Was it like a medical thing?
I don't know.
It looked like
it like it was in trouble.
And it looked like they could not afford that.
The medical
so when they were when he was talking to his buddy through the radio, and he was like, he goes, this wasn't skill. He was like, this was out of desperation.
Yeah.
Like, so
he gets it on another level.
He gets it on another level, and then when he goes, he smashed the dude right in the face. He's like, you know why I'm here. Don't fuck around. Give me my watch. And he's like, get your fucking here.
The best part for me was when they were like, how much money did they take? A few $100, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Then she was like, where's my bunny bracelet?
Right.
The Kit Kat bracelet.
The bracelet? Fuck, I'm gonna go get that shit.
Yeah. Because for him, so that's when you
because
say,
like as a parent,
as a parent, you're like, that's my fucking kid.
That's my fuck. Don't fuck with my kid. You can fuck with me. You don't fuck with my kid.
You take my money. You're not taking my kid's fucking bracelet.
Yeah. So I mean, and then when he smashed the dude in the face, and then when he goes into the other room and he sees it, and that's when he's just like, all right, I fucking get it.
Yeah.
Be gone. This is over.
And I respected him more for that, right? You totally want him to fuck these people up, but then you're like, oh, he did the right thing.
Right. Then he goes out, he punches the wall, and it's like, yo, this dude's fucking on some shit.
He punched it more than once.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
I was like, all right, once, okay, whoa. That was like 5 times.
That we saw.
Yeah.
And then cuts him on the bus with the bloody knuckles.
So again, like you see
both knuckles though, both hands.
Both
his hands. So we only saw him punching with the right. So he must have switched it up eventually.
At some point.
Bust, and both hands are down, and all knuckles are fucking bloody.
Yeah.
I like how he escorted the woman off the bus. He's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go You're going to need to leave.
I hope these guys like hospital food. So many good quotes.
This was very quotable, like a lot of like quick like little one-liners.
Yeah.
Fuck, where was I going to go with this? when he has to go see the barber. Another great spot. So again, that's what it was. The character development. Not that there was like super character development in this, because it was the character that was. It was like not character development. It was character unveiling, if you will. Because then we really get to see what he's about. Because it's like, all right, he has to go see the barber. And the barber's like, Mr. Mansell, how are you? He's like, yeah, so apparently I'm here. And he finds out all the stuff about the bad Russian guy. Yeah. Talk about the bad Russian guy, about his secretary. He was like, you need to fucking find me everything. If not, it makes me wonder why you're even here.
I like how she threw it all on the ground. Like, I'm the fuck out.
She realized who he is.
Yeah, she finds everything. She was like, I don't even need to be paid. You're on your own. There it is. I'm fucking out of here.
I'm not part of this.
And I was like,
so I don't need this.
I'm not going to be part of the massacre. I don't want to be seeing it. I don't want to
hear about it. All the like blacked out shit too.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was all fucking redacted. It's like, his name is... was the thing you could see. Like, you didn't see. It's like, everything was fucking redacted. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. But let's talk about the crazy Russian guy. That fucking dude.
I came here for the show.
Wild.
Yeah.
You first see him. He gets dropped off across the street. Just walks across the street. I'm like, all right, this is a bad man. Like, you don't really know like what role he plays yet when we first meet him. He walks across the street, and you're like, all right, whatever. He must be like the club owner or just somebody famous. Somebody hands him a little vial of coke. He's banging, doing little bumps on the way up the stage. He performs on stage. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? He walks upstairs, everybody's like, hey, Julian, hey. He sees the one guy mean mug him, he's like, hey. Fucking passes him. I'm like, what the fuck? Talks to him, he's like, oh, what kind of word we're just singing and dancing, what kind of care, we're worried about you watching. Oh, you're worried. Takes the drink out of his martini, smashes it. I'm like, what the fuck? Turns around and fucking decimates that guy. I went, oh, this guy is sick. This guy is fucking
He's a stockholder.
Yeah.
He's a shareholder.
Do you know who he was? He owned 3%. He was like, oh, he goes, so that just means that his 3% goes to all of us. And he was like, hey! Because now everyone else is like, yeah, this guy's fucking tapped. They don't even want to fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
But what I thought was good was like the one thing they took away from the trope was that he wanted out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't usually see that.
It was a good twist.
Yeah, you don't usually see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think that's so much that he wanted out. He didn't want to be in the position that he was anymore. He's like, why am I watching other people's fucking money? I just want my own. Like, I want to run my own shit.
Only liability in it for me.
Yeah. So when he says that he wanted quote unquote out, he just wanted out of that regime. Like, he still wanted to do what the fuck he wanted. He was tired of being like the little watchdog of watching everybody else's fucking money while he just, he has to sit there and just literally watch millions and millions of dollars just to make sure it's safe.
It all gets lit up. Look at awesome. He lights all of it on fire. Except for one little brick that's charred. He's like, yeah, there it is. That was awesome.
With the claymore.
Yeah, the claymore
was good. And the best part is like, face this towards enemy, this side towards enemy.
I mean,
it's a nice touch.
So like two things brought me back to like old Batman scenes. So the first one when he's down there talking to the bodies, that's very much like in the first Batman when Joker is talking to the guy who he's fried. He's having the fucking conversation with him. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you're dead. And he pulls the tie. Yeah. Then you get the Claymore scene, which is the Heath Ledger. Remember he walks into the crowd of fucking all the bomb, the mob guys, and he's got the fucking jacket. He's got a grenade. He's got the string on him.
Oh yeah.
This guy's like and he's holding. He's like, you fucking move. I'm gonna pull this. We're all dead.
Okay.
It was a very similar callback.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I like the...
And then he also gave him the out, too. He was like, we could both just quit right now.
Yeah.
We could both walk away. I'll go back to whatever I was doing. And you can, like, go to the Bahamas or something.
Yeah, he was like, go to some fucking island.
Never come near me again.
Yeah, but you know that's not legit. Like, you can't...
But a
guy in the crazy... I don't forget the crazy guy's name, but a guy in his... Was it Julian? Julian. A guy like him isn't going to get out. Like, he's going to be found. There's so many connections. They're going to find him. They're going to kill him. So, he at that point, he was already like, oh, I'm already a dead man. So, I don't have the options that you do. I feel like...
And then they immediately
I'm not surprised he didn't.
Do you think
and it didn't feel like it was
that he had a chance of that? Do you think he went in there like this guy will actually take this deal?
Do you want
to more of
he knew,
him on and go,
he knew for sure.
Follow me.
Oh, he knew
for sure he would
trap you.
But I mean, you could see as he went out, like he intentionally walked out. Then he waited in the car for them to come out intentionally, so that then they could follow him.
They could find a way.
And he was crossing his fingers. Was he crossing his fingers that he would follow him?
Yeah. He was like, oh my God, please come up. Well, yeah, because as soon as he comes out, he goes, yes.
I thought it was cross his fingers. So I hope he takes the deal. And then as soon as they came out, I was like, oh, he was hoping they would follow.
Yeah, because he was happy when they came out. He was very much like the bus. He peels out in front of them, like, hey, I'm right here, and come follow me. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then
although I gotta say, like, as that chase scene happened, and then when he ended up at the warehouse, you realize that if it hadn't been for his dad and his buddy to come and help him, he never would have made it. He wouldn't have he wouldn't have had enough firepower. He wouldn't have had enough.
But one person against all.
One person against all that. Like so, like his plan was not very good. Like, but that was not a disappointment. As a guy who was supposed to be like the fucking badass, I'm looking for John Reacher, right? I'm looking for John Wick, a guy who's like, all right, I got this whole thing planned out. It's probably not going to 100% execute, but I got a shot at this. He was woefully underprepared if his father and his friend didn't show up. So that little part, I was kind of like,
But did he know they were going to show up, or
no, he didn't know.
No, he didn't know.
Showed up.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying, because at the end when they're sitting there, he's like, I'm out of bullets. You? Yeah. And his father's like, I got nothing. And I'm like, same thing.
You don't have a plan?
Wait a minute. Because they went through a fucking shitload of rounds.
Yeah. So, like, it worked out great.
Or, maybe
he used the claymore on him.
It would have been cool.
Hold on.
But if he didn't,
which is a great idea.
Shield, really, is what it was.
If he didn't know, hold on. If he didn't know that they were going to be there, how did they know to go there?
They followed him there.
No. His father and his friend.
Oh.
How do they know to go there?
Didn't they know where he was?
His father, he did call his father, say it's escalating.
So maybe there's something that we have to do that he absolutely hates. I think we have to read between the lines.
I guess so.
And he let them know.
The sniper's the one who helped the father clean up, because remember he was on the phone with him. He was like, my father. He was like, who do you think helped fucking clean up the bodies or whatever? And he was like, So
it's a good point.
Because again,
maybe you're right.
If he didn't call them,
how would they have known?
How would they have known to be there? Because remember he said so funny. He's like, it's a lot of shotguns. He goes, a lot of guys.
Yeah.
So
you brought a lot of Russians.
You brought a lot of Russians. That's what it was. I think that he did not think they were going to be there.
That's a good point. I think you might be right. Yeah.
I think there's something that,
Good thing they were.
There must be something we missed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've only seen it once, but I will watch it again.
I did like the kind of Home Alone, attacks that he had. It was a little kooky, a little like going up the stairs, like that step trigger was super fucking obvious. Like, but I mean, it's fine. Like, if you're gonna do that though, give me more of that. Because you were planning on doing this whole thing alone, or at least it looked initially like that.
Yeah.
So give me more like when.
But he had a bunch.
Dude, the mousetraps are fucking awesome. It's the first one that and then through the wall. I was like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The fucking flying harpoons with O2 gas, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, those were great.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
The firefight scene was very John Wick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was awesome. When they're like back to back.
Yeah.
Fucking shooting. Like, that was pretty good. That was
It's a good look, though. You gotta throw that in there, right?
No, that was good.
So cool.
That's like the one, like, cheesy, corny part. You have to throw that in there.
Are you even doing an action movie if you don't have two people back-to-back firing guns?
I mean,
that is so funny.
I mean, get it together and do it right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
have some class.
Have some class. Know how to put them back to back.
Yeah.
Right.
And then look back and go, something like that.
You gotta have the look.
You gotta have a look.
It was a little. I mean, obviously that's a little far fetched, but it harkens back to me of like that untouchable. It wasn't quite. We talked about he's not quite untouchable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's nowhere near untouchable.
Oh yeah.
The worst case scenario of that is not even John Wick. Who here saw Desperado? El Mariachi, Desperado with Antonio Banderas.
That would be Desperado.
He's in the fucking bar, and there's like 15 guys shooting at him. He's just out on the bar.
Right?
He's just shooting motherfuckers, and everybody's shooting him. He's completely untouched.
They have bad aim.
My father was like, "This is bullshit."
They have bad aim.
Your dad said that?
Yeah, we watched it one time. It was like the fourth time he was the first time. It's one of my favorites.
Oh my god!
It's one of my favorites, but it's such a fucking goofy.
Don't you dare say that.
It is a great. I love that. I watch it over and over again. I really like this. To me, out of the series, it's the best one. It's my favorite one to watch.
I've only seen Desperado in the series.
What's that? What else is in the series?
Well, that's Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta watch this.
Would that be the last? I think it's just the three of them.
Desperado has Salma Hayek in it. It's really good. It's fun to watch.
It's super fun.
Cheech Marin, he's the bartender.
Cheech Marin's
fucking
so
awesome.
here it's a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Okay.
So it's all the same players that you'll see in like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino's in
Dusk Till
it.
Dawn was amazing.
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn is
so
awesome.
awesome.
Fucking awesome movie. So this is also a Quentin Tarantino-esque, but it's a Robert Rodriguez movie. Quentin Tarantino's in it. He helps him with it. And one of my favorite parts in it is he's at the bar, and for whatever reason, I always think of this part. They're in Mexico, and he's ordering a beer, and he goes, "Muchas gracias," and just this like, and very
the way he said it.
Just the way he said it's like every time somebody says, when I get something, instead of saying thank, I just go, "Ooh, muchas gracias." You're like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Keep going. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Go see Desperado.
I'm sorry.
And then there's like these like college kids or whatever, and they're like in Mexico for like spring break or whatever. It's like, can we have some beer? And he was like, Cheech Marin's at the bar. He's like, here we go. Because this beer tastes like piss. He goes, it's because we pissed in it. It's
just like a shithole little tiny town.
Yeah.
It's shithole,
so
like,
fucking
drug
good.
dealer owned. Yeah, you know what I mean? The local drug,
Danny Trejo's in it.
Danny Trejo's in it. Yeah.
It's a really good fucking movie.
Rich cast, and
that paints the picture.
Oh yeah, I mean, so it's like a lot of the people from Dusk Till Dawn, they're in this, and everybody that's in that kind of world, they're all in this movie. It's so fucking good, man.
Nice.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Desperado,
I definitely gotta check it out.
It's the whole premise is basically he was a guitar player. He's like a mariachi player, and like got caught up in it, and they shot up his girlfriend. They killed his wife or girlfriend, whatever it was, and then they shot his hand. That he plays the guitar with. You know what I mean? So now it's like
he learned to play with his feet.
It's just revenge. It's revenge.
He's John Wick in Mexico.
Yeah,
he's fucking crawling up the ladder of the cartel until he wipes them all out.
Nice.
So he hops on.
And then he finds out who the leader of the cartel is.
Yeah, and we're not gonna tell you spoilers, but he fucking gets in this bar, and he's just like, I just want to drink. I want to know if you have work because I'm a mariachi player. And they're like, no. Like, what the fuck? And they all know this guy's coming. Like, at this point, everybody fucking knows this guy carries around a guitar case full of guns. So, like, they're on the lookout for this gun. This guy shows up with a guitar case.
Is that what you do most of the time?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I have a guitar. And he's like, let me open it. And he just opens it up, and it's just a guitar. You see the top, and all of a sudden he turns around, like, the fucking thing opens, the guitar pops up, and it's just fucking guns. And we're like, it's him!
It's him!
He's like, wait, no, it's me. It's me. It's
so
me.
good.
But I'm just looking for
El Bucho.
El Bucho, right?
And then also, like, introduce...
Don't step. I'm just looking for El Bucho.
Yeah, and then then it just kicks off, and he grabs the gun. He got guns
Music in the background, fucking.
He's like fucking boom, 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 boom. He's literally walking along the bar with like 15 fucking guys, with Uzis shooting at him. He not touched at all.
Nice.
Not everything else around him.
They all went to the stormtrooper.
They all went to Stormtrooper Academy. Yeah.
All the glass behind him's shattered, but he's like, I'm just fast, man. I'm just light on my feet.
Yes.
Nice. Listen,
it's fucking ridiculous.
I fucking love that.
Like I said, even my dad was just like, "This is bullshit. This is ridiculous." They got shot 100 times
for your dad to bring that up. But that's pretty bad.
Yeah, this guy would have been shot 100 times by now. So anyway, this movie was not that.
This movie did a good job of him.
He got shot,
getting beat up.
He got shot in the shoulder area. He got stabbed. He got fucked up a little bit, but he kept going.
Nice.
He kept going. It was worth it. It was definitely worth it. I'm excited. They said they're gonna make a second one. I really hope they do. I could use more of it, honestly.
Like second Nobody or second Desperado?
No, they made a second Desperado. They made what's it called?
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I thought that already had a name.
Yeah, they did. Johnny Depp was in that one.
Are they really thinking about doing a Nobody too?
Yeah.
Really?
It was really successful.
They've left it there.
Oh, awesome!
It's nowhere. It's called Nowhere.
Nobody to Nowhere, man.
Yeah. So yeah. I definitely think about making the second one. I hope they do.
No shirt, no shoes, no body,
no service. So,
oh my god, I would love a second Nobody.
Definitely. Nice. All right. So, favorite character, least favorite character?
I mean, there's only like.
I thought the main guy was pretty badass.
I mean, yeah, I liked. So that's another thing too.
This show wasn't character heavy.
It wasn't character heavy, and everybody worked well with each other. I think it was a good balance. It was you have him. He was you had the main antagonist, which was just a fucking badass dude, crazy fucking Russian. It's always got to be Russians too.
Like,
right?
I was gonna say, why is it always Russians
fucking
now?
Russians.
But like it's just like when you're in the '60s, it was all the Germans, right? Like,
Well, yeah.
So now, like, this is the time of the bad guy.
Yeah,
Russians.
but you know what though? But in the '80s, it was all Russians too. So it's going back to Russians.
I thought the '80s was all terrorists from the Middle East.
No,
that was 90s. That was 90s.
That was
90s all terrorists.
Okay, all right. We're gonna put this on a timeline. sometime. Just be like, all right, the '90s were the Middle East, and the '80s were the Russians.
Vary what's happening in the world, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, we can't talk about them now because they're our friends.
But yeah, they're our friends now, so we can't wait a minute.
Who just
Although
invaded?
we have these 50 movies.
Who invaded Ukraine?
Yeah. I mean, obviously right now.
So like,
every once in a while, Russia has
they're
to
the bad
remind
guys
us,
again.
and go like, oh yeah, let's make the Russians the bad guys again.
Yeah.
It's like, I forgot.
So not gonna say I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying.
I'm making my way through the Daredevil series right now, and it's all the Russians, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'll do it too.
It's just so heavy.
No, it's the triad. It's the Russians. It's just a bunch of different folk.
Yep. So
A lot
anyway,
of non-white bad people.
Yeah.
Not American bad people.
Non-white.
I know, no. Russians not white? No, they're Russian. Same. Non-American.
You all right over there?
No.
All right, just
What's
checking.
going over there?
I'm talking to the people in my head.
Gotcha.
So there's that.
Got at least favorite character, even though it wasn't character driven.
Least favorite character.
That sounds really good on a podcast.
I know,
I was
right?
gonna say, I was like, so kind of ASMR is going on right now.
I don't know. Fucking the brother-in-law, maybe.
Yeah.
He was a dick, but,
He was a douche.
but again, he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know?
But he got beat up.
That was his role.
Yeah, that was kind of his fucking thing. The guys on the bus, they all sucked, but they all got their heads kicked in, so good for
They
that.
got what they deserve.
You know,
Yeah.
hit the Mad Russians #2. That guy was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of sad to see him go. He was another one too. He was talking to him, and then I'll say, "Looks, he's dead." He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
I mean, that was a cool scene. I like
I've
that
never seen
scene
a
when he was in the
Black
truck.
Russian
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, I get that a lot. The fuck? I thought that was good though, like the trunk scene, and he was like,
The trunk scene was so cool.
I don't know. I don't really have like a least favorite character. I mean, like you said, Bruno, it wasn't very character driven. The characters
That
that
was
we
a
got.
slightly underutilized Michael Ironside. He's a pretty big name actor, and he was in it for a very short period of time.
He was the
Then just-
father-in-law.
I know, and
He did a whole
he
bunch.
buys the thing from him, and he's like, "All right, I'm out," and you never see him
Maybe
again.
you know what? Maybe he was doing it as a favor.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely seems like that. Like, hey, I'll be in this for 5
I
minutes.
feel like Ironside
Yeah.
does that a lot. He's like a little movie here, a movie
Yeah.
there, a movie there. I've never really like.
hasn't done much since Total Recall.
Yeah.
And,
I think he's a great actor.
Of course,
I
Highlander
enjoy-
2. You know,
Well, Highlander
his
2
his
is probably the pinnacle. Of it.
I think that is, unfortunately.
I like
The
him as
movie
an
that
actor,
launched
though.
and
I
killed
like
his
that.
career.
Yeah. He's like, damn it.
Nobody recovers from
but-
fucking Highlander 2.
But like you said though,
Can't wait for the new one. Oh, fuck.
Oh boy.
Michael Ironside, he is that guy that is in fucking everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, his
He's
IMDb
like-
list is
You go to his
awesome.
IMDb page.
I'm bringing. I just
He was
brought
in
it up
actually-
now,
how
just
many
because
acting
I'm
credits does he have?
277
That's
acting,
pretty good.
and he has 8 upcoming projects.
Yeah.
There you go.
How old is he now? When was he born? How old is he?
Fucking, he's
He's going to
100.
be in his
No,
60s, right? I'm going to guess 65.
I'm going to say early 70s at this point.
Yeah? No.
What year are we in? Let's do some math.
Let's do, I'm going to guess. I'm
Let's
going
do
to choose
some
I'm going to
math.
say
Okay.
68. 68. That's my guess.
No,
I'm going to
Too old?
72.
so close.
Yeah? That's too young?
74.
Fuck, are you kidding?
Yep, born in
Actually, he
1950.
just turned
50?
74.
Wow.
February 12th, 1950.
Damn.
That was a couple days ago. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Michael Ironside.
Friend of the show. Happy birthday.
I think I'm just remembering him like from when I saw him in movies 20 years ago kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Because it is, like, he has a lot of credits, but, like, how often do you see
Yeah.
him pop up? But he's
Yeah.
got a ton of credits.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck him. I mean, he looks very different in this movie
Right.
than you remember him.
Yeah.
Well,
You know
that's
what I
why
mean?
when you
Young,
just said it, I was like, he was
svelte
in this. I was
Michael,
like, oh my god, that's right. It was the father.
Yeah, he was definitely an odd choice.
It took me a minute because he looks, obviously, like I said, size-wise, he's very different than he,
He
used
looks
to be.
different,
He
yeah.
filled out. He filled out.
You could say
Well,
that.
he's old. He's fucking
Well, yeah, he's 74.
74.
He's
74 years old,
What?
still doing it. He's like, I got nothing else to do. Let's go.
Fine. It's not we doing jump around movies like Total Recall anymore, so why not?
Right.
He did a lot of like, man.
He did a ton of voiceover work stuff too.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of voiceover stuff.
Bunch of shorts.
Yeah. So that helps to boost the credits. But yeah, Absolutely. I liked it. We're gonna give this. I don't think we can't do budget and gross on this one because it was a Netflix.
We could do a budget of gross.
No,
what you think it cost them nothing to fucking make?
It was in theaters.
Netflix, was it in theaters?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was in theaters.
Oh, I thought this was a straight
It was
Netflix.
in theaters.
No, I got
It was never on Netflix.
I've got it.
Arcane was
Was it?
straight to Netflix. Series.
I know that.
Yeah.
Now, I thought nobody was a straight to streaming movie.
No.
Oh, okay. So let's do it. All right, then fuck it.
I almost looked it up.
All right.
I've got it. Where the hell did it go?
I lost it.
Oh, there it is. I got it. All right. Budget versus gross. Mila, what's the budget? How much did it cost to make?
Timing down.
Hey,
A budget.
budget. Production
Can't be
budget.
that high.
Mila's gonna put a stake in the sand, and we're gonna modify.
This can't be that
It's
high.
not gonna be.
It can't be that high.
It's not that
Yeah,
high.
I also can't remember what I-
Remember, John Wick was not crazy high either. That was a
Right,
bigger
this is
budget
like
movie.
mostly practical effects,
Yeah, a lot of
blood
practical.
caps and fucking, things. Not a lot of CGI, not a ton of big name actors.
No.
Charging millions.
60 million.
60. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't cry. It's all right.
Right.
My God.
I'm gonna go lower. I'm
I
gonna
just genuinely have no.
I'm gonna say I want to say 45, but I'm gonna say 40.
Okay. You got 60. We have 40.
I'm gonna say 72.
And you're gonna say 72.
All right.
Holy fuck! Are you guys all mad? Production budget was 16 million.
16.
Wow,
We were all
Really
Damn.
shoestring, which is
16
probably why my
16
brain
is
went
less
to
than
probably why my-
Superman in 1985.
Which is probably why my brain went to
Which is what, 19 million was it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think so. Yeah.
Shit.
This was 16 million.
Well, it wasn't all that special effects.
Yeah.
There also wasn't a lot of sites.
Moving a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah. It's
They
like,
had
what's the site? It's
a house.
A
Like
warehouse,
some-
a house, and one city
bar?
block.
Outside,
bar.
like,
bar
like
and
the side of a
outside.
road at one point.
Right.
In a nowhere
Which is
road.
probably right outside
And-
the
and-
warehouse.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
probably. And I'll tell you what, like when they take over like bars for shots and stuff, they don't pay a lot.
Yeah.
Like people think it's like, oh my god, no, that bar is already established.
Right.
The people
gave them
the,
$5,000
so what they'll do is they give them X amount of money, which isn't really a lot. It's because I know a couple bars that did this in Cambridge when they did the Black Mask.
Oh, yeah?
All they did is they changed the outside.
Yeah.
They gave it a paint job to make it look more like the era that it was supposed to be in, and they threw the bar a couple dollars. It's like they don't spend crazy money when they do on-shoot locations like that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
You know,
So most of the money is redoing it, and do they have to redo it back? They put it.
It depends on what they negotiate, probably.
yeah. I mean, you mean like put the old stuff back?
I bet you they say, listen, we'll give you an extra 20 grand if we don't have to put it back.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Right.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. I mean, one of the bars that did the Black Mask, they gave like the outside a paint job. They just kept it.
Well, yeah, no.
What do we do? Paint it back?
But
what I would do,
sometimes
yeah.
they change the
Yeah.
sign. Or whatever,
Yeah, like they changed it, and they showed a side street because they had they put an old phone booth there, but they changed the name of one of the bars. It was basically just
Kids, we used to have to go to a booth that had a
I know,
phone in
right?
it.
They just
Let's
they just
call our
slid
parents.
it like over the old sign.
Nice.
And then when they were done, they just kind of
Took it off.
unslid it. So it was like, the Black Mask was a movie, about Whitey Bulger. It took place 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of just make it look kind of old.
Yeah.
And who should we say? Who is calling your parents? Marco's at the gas pool, needs picked up. Click.
Oh, so when you call collect and you didn't have money?
I see
Collect
that
home?
movie. That was a commercial. He goes, and who am I say is calling? It's We Had a Baby, It's a Boy.
And I remember that. We had a baby. It's
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Who was that?
We used to do that all the time.
What happened? Oh, they had a
We
boy.
used
Oh,
to do
that's
that from the
nice.
gas pool
They had a baby.
all the time.
That's a boy, yeah.
Yeah, we used to do that to my mother all the
Call
time.
collect. Yeah. I'd to decline the charges.
I'd like to decline the charge, please. Thank you. So we got $16 million as the budget. What was
There
the
also
gross?
wasn't a lot of big names either.
The original beepers and, and text messaging.
Yeah.
Here's Marco at the gas pool and he picked up.
At the Gap's pool?
Gath.
The pool was called the Gath.
It was named after somebody. I forget who the person's name
Gash.
is. Gath something.
Gath.
Somebody Gath. Was
The Gath pool?
The Gath pool at Albemarle.
Gaff.
Another name nobody could pronounce.
My wife still can't.
What is
It's
it?
only 8 names.
Albemarle. ALBEMARLE.
Albemarle?
Yeah, my wife still struggles with
But
it.
like people
It's almost like Marlboro, but different.
Every time we go
Albemarle.
by there, she says it. She's like, did I say it right that time? I'm like, well, you're close. You're getting
sorry.
better. It's been 8 years. You're
Yeah.
getting better.
Yeah.
Almost.
Cheesecake Brook.
So gross Mila.
So 16
the budget
was 16
was 16.
Gross.
What's the gross?
So a successful movie is 4 times or better. So 4 times would be 64.
Oh, I'm gonna say like 240 mil.
Ooh, wow.
Maybe.
I'm gonna base it on the fact that I'd never heard of it.
Okay.
So I'll say it was successful, because they're talking about a second one. They wouldn't do it if it wasn't quote unquote successful. So 80 mil.
Okay.
I'm with Bruno, although I did hear about it, so I'm going to go 112.
We're way off.
Way the fuck off. You're all
$8.
3 of us.
400?
All 3.
$4
No.
million
Go
lost
the other
money.
fucking way.
Oh, way over.
Yeah, you guys all went
So
way over.
40 mil?
57 mil.
Wow.
So here's the thing.
64 is
Didn't
close.
quite make it, but yeah.
Oh, they didn't
So
quite
now here's the
make it.
thing.
Oh, wow.
Because when you said that, I didn't want to deter anybody. When we got that number, that is for like big, major blockbusters.
Sure.
I think that's that number that they shoot for in order to quote unquote make it a successful movie.
Yeah.
You spend $100 million on a fucking movie, you want to see $300 to $400 million dollar return.
Yeah.
They spent $16 million. They went 3 times above. That's a good fucking movie for them. It's a low budget movie.
Yeah.
Not a lot of money was spent. So that was, in essence, a very successful movie for them. It was 3 times. I think it says
Almost 3 times.
Yeah. So it was like 3.4 or something
That's
like
more than
that.
3, yeah.
So they've made their money back, and
Oh.
again, enough to make that second movie. If you're still gonna go with that same spaghetti string fucking budget, shoestring budget, it's still gonna make, let's say, even if you make 60, 70 mil, that's still a good fucking profit. That's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
So that's the way I looked at it, and I mean, it's not quite the 4 that it made, 4 times. But again, I think that 4 times goes against a big budget movie. Like you spend $100 million on a movie, you get, let's say, 250. Like, ugh.
I think you got to consider too, though, that and I don't know the structure that the movie theaters have set up.
Looking
the
at you,
distribution
Madam Web.
centers, but like,
Let's see.
but they might be making movie income on a percentage basis. It might not be
Right, yeah.
every time we show a movie we earn $4. It might be every time we show a movie we make 10% of the profit. In which case, they're looking at a 400% turnaround in order to cover all of that cost plus some percentage profit that they're shooting for, right? You got to figure probably looking to at least make their money back,
Right.
double it, maybe.
No. I mean, it
Plus-
was in theaters for 2.5 months.
Yeah, that's a good run.
8.3
months is definitely a good run.
weeks. What the fuck is that? Showing stuff?
We've gone to Plaid.
What the fuck is that?
Speed control.
Master speed control. Plaid. Oh, Plaid. I like that. Ludicrous. Like the rapper? Ridiculous.
Like Spaceballs?
Like Ludacris.
Spaceballs?
I was gonna say
That's
Ludacris.
Spaceballs
reference.
We've gone to Plaid.
Light,
Fucking
ridiculous.
pull that out of
ludicrous.
nowhere.
pulling it out.
I'm like,
Go.
that's what I was like, what
Non
the hell? What are we
sequitur.
talking about? So it stayed in the theaters for 2.5 months.
That's legit.
2,400 openings.
That's
So
legit.
it's 2,400 theaters. So
Surprised there wasn't
again,
more than 54 mil, to be
well,
honest.
I mean, I think it was a nice little run for them.
Yeah.
Was it, like I said, it was an independent move. Well, I mean, not independent, but it was a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
And they made a good little money. I don't think any of these
Nice.
other people are looking for crazy amounts of money. When I see the old actors, I'm like, they've made so much money. Like Christopher Lloyd's like, fuck, you want me in a movie? Fuck, let's
You
go.
want me? Okay.
All right.
Let's
I mean,
do this.
you want me to do what? You want me to shoot around and talk shit? And yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Now, he's up there too.
I think he's taken fun roles. Like he was in Mando, you know what I mean? Like he's taking some fun roles.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like playing with it.
Yeah,
He's not looking for another Back to the Future.
No, whatever time he has left, you know, he's like, let's just do some fun stuff on the way out.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, so yeah,
Nice.
definitely. All right.
I thought this movie was fucking awesome.
So let's rate it.
Overall,
Then let's rate this shit. Who's going first?
4.
4. Wow.
Whoa.
I'm coming out with a 4.
Big.
It's coming over the
That's
top.
big time for Larry.
You know what? I was
That's a
for
fucking
me. It
haymaker
was.
I didn't see coming.
I was thinking about this whole time too. Like even last night as I was watching, like throughout the whole movie, it's like 3.5, 3.75. I'm comfortable saying it's a 4. I mean, like you said, it's John McLeod. It's beginning to end. It's a fucking awesome little story. I like it. There's no futzing around with. There's no downtime in this movie. Like you're watching the movie the whole fucking time. It's an hour and a half. It didn't feel like it was short. They filled the slot very well. Yeah, man, I'm coming at it with a 4. Good job, Mila. High five. Good for you.
Mila, how about you?
Yeah, I'm also gonna say I think 4 is a really good one too. Like I enjoyed it. Like this is one of the few movies on my like list that I will just rewatch every once in a while. Like I'll go like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this movie again. Yeah. You know, like it's such a cool movie to watch.
It's an easy watch.
And it's an easy watch.
Easy watch. There's not too much thinking involved.
Right. And you don't feel so many emotions, you know, you're just like, this is so cool and so badass. I love watching this.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's not earth shattering.
No.
But it's super fun.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's not the intent. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll double down what Bruno always says too, like, you know, as a father, you're like, yeah, I could easily see myself doing that. Like if I had his skills, his background, and somebody comes at my family like that,
So that's one thing too. Like I'm not, when I watch these movies that people do, people go, well, you don't understand, it's for the kids. I'm like, whatever. I don't care if it's like it did. This one made me go, yeah, he's doing it for his kid. You know, like again, so it brought, and I don't have kids, but again, when we watch those movies, like we've talked about that here, like when we watch those movies, like, no, you don't understand, it's for the kids, you don't have kids, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't want that to be the base of the movie. You know, if it's just all about the kids, fuck that. This one, for whatever reason, because I think it was like there was so many other things happening that I was like, yeah, they took the fucking bracelet. And then he finds it.
Yeah, they didn't actually take the bracelet.
He finds the bracelet. He's like,
might have started this shit for nothing.
And that's the best thing. There's a little bugger.
Yeah.
And it's under the couch.
Probably should have done one more sweep around before I went.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. Well, we're already into the thick of it, so we might as well just, because then it becomes
the people that he was talking to when he lined them up on the couch.
You know, and at that point, it's like kind of like, well, fuck. When he goes after the guy, he was like, "You came after my family. You could have came after me.
Yeah, you don't do that.
You came after my family." And I was like, "It's fucking ain't right.
You don't fucking do that.
You don't fucking do that. There's rules." And I'm like, "There's fucking rules to this shit." So yeah, that's
I watch John Wick. Yeah, there's fucking rules to this shit.
God damn it!
I felt the I'm doing it for my kid, doing it for my family. I definitely felt that. I was like, "Fucking ain't right, man. Go after it."
Yeah. And you know, I know we talk about, like, oh, you don't have kids yet, you don't have kids. Before I had kids, I fucking hated that shit. Like, I'd be like, no, I don't have kids, but I'm an intelligent person, I can figure that shit out. But, like, there's something that changes in you when you have them, and you're like, oh, wow, and it's just a different understanding of the scenario. So, you know, not trying to hit you over the head with that kind of shit, but it was good. Yeah, it was absolutely, they did a good job of coming through, saying, you know, like, you just saw his face change when she was like, they took my bracelet, and he was like, well, it's fucking on now, like we're gonna do it, right? Which was cool. I thought this was a good movie. It was for me, it was a fun, you know, John Wick light popcorn watch, but it was a little bit mixed with Falling Down and sort of Home Alone. So for me, it was a fun watch. It was good. I'm gonna go 3 because I felt like because it was fun and it was interesting.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna go with like a 3.5.
Yeah.
That's I could go up. I could be talked up. I was thinking like 325, 3.5. Yeah, when I was watching this.
No, you put your number out there. Don't let them sway you.
No. I could go 3.25.
See?
Yeah.
So it was a good.
But like it was good. It was. I don't have any like for the movie for what it was. It was a good representation of what they were trying to get across. Yep. It was written pretty well. There wasn't a whole ton of dialogue.
Right.
But what they had was creative.
Yeah.
Like I loved his commentary. Like I hope they like, you know, hospital food and, you know, please open that door, God, you know?
Yeah.
Like all of those comments are like perfectly situated for that scene, right? Yeah. I'm not looking for fucking Cicero here. We're not, this is not Shakespeare. So like it was appropriate. The acting was good enough. The character felt real to me. He took a bunch of hits. He got his ass whooped, and he just, you know, kept going. Like that was good. It was a good, well done little package. I would watch it again. I'll go 3.5. Like it was.
There you go.
It was good.
That's fair. You just tossed yourself up.
Yeah.
But like because those are things that I value, right? It's important. These make good storytelling. It was shot well. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the whole shaky cam fight scene. That
gets me sick a little bit.
Super close, and shaky.
Show me, and that's one of the things I really liked about John Wick. It wasn't shaky cam fight most of the time. It was kind of like you could see what he was doing.
Yeah,
it was like you could tell. So, but anyway, this was good. I'll go 3.5.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you.
3.5 would watch again.
Yeah. I'm like a 3 7/15. That number doesn't make any sense.
That's 715.
750.
That doesn't make any
New
sense.
number just dropped.
That is what we call an improper fraction.
4 and 1/15.
That is an improper
That number doesn't
fraction.
make any sense.
What
I'm at a 3.5.
fuck? 3.5.
I'm at a 3.5.
Yeah.
I was at 3.5. I'm at a 3.5. Same for Bruno. I'll definitely watch it again. Fun watch. Quick watch. Great fight scenes. Well choreographed fight scenes. But yeah, you're
it
right.
was good.
Some of them a little too close. I'd like to see a little bit more of the action, but well choreographed, right? Where he gets his ass kicked, but he comes back at them. Like that bus scene was phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like that was a fair fight scene. You know what I mean?
What I really appreciate, speaking of the fight scenes, is they seemed like they seem like everyday kind of fight scenes, right?
Yeah,
it's like
it felt real.
Yeah, so it's like
Good choreography.
It wasn't a Superman fucking move.
Right, it wasn't
using the things around him.
Right, it
you
wasn't
know,
like a super over the top
opportunistic.
kung fu karate martial
Like
arts
running
mix.
around the bus. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
like
You could see yourself doing that.
yeah, and I'm like,
That's
yeah,
what made
okay.
it feel like this is grounded. It feels
That's
legit,
the word.
right?
It was a
It was a
very
dirty
grounded.
fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever I watch a movie, like this click checks all the boxes for me. I'm a fucking simple person when I watch movies, man.
Yeah.
I sit down, I shut my brain off.
Entertain me.
Just entertain me from beginning to end. And this fucking thing did everything that.
Yeah.
And I base my picks on, do I watch it over again? Would I watch it? Yes or no? Okay, yes. That starts me at a 3. Because 3 is the base that makes me go, yep, I'd watch that again.
Yeah.
Without a problem. Would I watch it, you know, if somebody suggested it, or would I watch it on my own? That jumps it up a little bit too. So, but yeah, this movie begins to end. That's why I gave it a 4. Fucking whole thing, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, buddy, get out there and go see Nobody.
Yeah, please
we
do,
watched
man.
it on.
Movie.
I think it was Amazon. I think I saw it on.
Yeah. There's a couple different ways you could do it.
Yeah,
I think you can rent it on Apple, rent it on Amazon.
I rented it for a couple bucks.
I got it free on Freeview.
If you don't like commercials, Larry said the commercials are short, but
The commercials are wicked short.
Look, get over the commercial bullshit. Just watch it with commercials. Who gives a fuck? They go over. They're done in 30 seconds.
But
I'll tell you why, because I
That's
talked to Larry about
That's
this.
the only option we ever had growing up. Like, get
Yeah,
over
but
that.
life's changed.
but
Life's
we've
different.
been
Get over it.
Yeah, but
Who knows if they would change the channel? That's changed
when
too.
the commercial comes on, get up and get a glass of water. Come back and you're all set. You don't have to
20
sit
seconds.
there and watch the
here's
commercial.
the cool thing about these commercials, though, right?
Glass of water in 20 seconds.
Like
Right, that- I'm like-
before,
Motivate.
yeah, before
Hustle.
you would see a show like where it ends, the commercial enters, and then like the next scene is like, you know,
A new scene.
it's a brand new scene. So
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck? On this one, it's like where they put it. It's
Stops
like
mid paragraph.
not
Which is why I don't.
So wait a minute,
if I
it's
have the
not.
option.
They're like
Hold on,
no
it's not.
tasteful.
It's not so much like, you know, oh my god, I can't believe you. Next time on, you know, it's not that.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't stop in mid sentence.
I hear you, man. You're absolutely right. That's bullshit.
That's the worst. It'll stop like he's in the parking lot and he's running away.
Because it's not.
20
It
seconds,
wasn't shot
right?
with design like
It's-
a TV
it's-
show.
Right, they're running away. 20-second commercial, comes back, he's in the parking lot, continues. So it's almost like a little pit stop.
I think it's because those commercials are inserted automatically.
Right,
Just
there's time
about
lag.
every
Yeah.
so minutes. Whereas like
Whatever the fuck it's doing every
30 years ago, they'd be like, all right, here's a break-in scene. That's
Yeah, new scene.
Built in the
Yeah.
commercials.
Throw a commercial in there, right?
New scene. Yeah.
And we'd get up, go to the bathroom, make a bowl of popcorn, sit back down in 30 fucking seconds.
No.
It was a minute and a half.
Minute and a half was
Minute and a half, but you could get it all done. You do your. If you're efficient, you fucking put the popcorn in for 60 seconds. You hit the bathroom. You come back. The popcorn rings. You jump on the
Sprint back
couch.
as fast as you can.
You leap over the back of the couch and land just as the thing's
You make
starting
the
up
home run
again.
baseline, you know?
that's right.
Every once in a while, you
The Dukes of Hazzard slide across the coffee table.
Knock over your drink at the same time.
Son of a bitch!
Looks like them Duke boys are in a bit of trouble.
They're at it again. Them Duke boys are at it again.
Love it, love it, love it.
But if I have my option, I'll definitely. If it's only a couple bucks, I'll watch without commercials.
Yeah, like I said, I've spent fucking too much money
even
renting
that
shit
I think
movies.
that
Like,
was like,
fuck that.
But I had heard this was really good. Like I knew, like I had heard a lot of good reviews on this. I'm like, all right, like don't know, $3.50, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it. I've
Yeah.
spent more for less. I'll watch it and not be bumped out by commercials in a mid scene. I was like, fucking had it. You know what I mean? It distracts you. Like it was a nice watch, clear, quick, concise, and you could stay in it. I like being able to stay in the action, in the scene, whenever it felt like getting bumped up some dumbass commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
We have hemorrhoids. Like, fuck, I don't need to know about this right now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's it. All right, gang, that is Nobody.
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 Who the fuck are you? I'm Nobody.
I'm Nobody.
Awesome, gang. Thank you so much for reviewing Nobody with us today. Go see it. Go watch. Let us know what you thought of Nobody. And you can send us a review on Apple Podcasts if you'd be so kind. Look for us on all your major podcast platforms. You can find us online at entertainmentrants.com. Check out the other shows in the Subculture Podcast Network, again, by going to bio.link/Subculture Pod Network. All right, everybody. What are we going to go out there and fucking do?
Let's rant.
Rant it out.